My name is Sheryl Matsuoka, the President and CEO of the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association and the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association Educational Foundation. We are days away from our 2025 Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association Food Service Expo, the official HRA Expo. And this exclusive event, crafted specifically for Hawaii's restaurant and food service industry professionals, will take place on February 26th and 27th at the Neil Blaisdell Center. Our exhibitors will bring you the very best in cutting-edge technology, groundbreaking products, and fresh solutions tailored to meet the unique needs of Hawaii's food service industry. And today I'm thrilled to have three guests here on our show today, and I'd like to have them introduce themselves. So ladies first, Stevette, could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Aloha, everyone. I'm Stevette Santiago, and I'm the Chief HR and Brand Officer for UHA Health Insurance. We were founded about 28 years ago by our Jabsam University of Hawaii doctors, and we're excited to be here to support. In my role, again, we provide different health insurance products to help our small businesses in Hawaii, and formerly from Waihata, where I spent many years in the food service industry, and then also with Young Brothers in getting the products to the neighbor islands. So I have a very astute heart for our industry, and just so glad to be here to support in a new function and a new way.
Thank you, Stevette. Stevette was one of the people, Gerard, when the Maui wildfires hit. It was Young Brothers who really helped us. Yes, Stevette, and Stevette was one of them that was so instrumental. I was trying to get things over there in a fast, quick way because everything, right, Lahaina. And so thank you, Stevette, for always being such a huge supporter of the food service industry. We're just so grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Gerard, so please introduce yourself and our favorite Hawaii coffee.
Aloha, everyone. Gerard Bastiaanse, the President and CEO of Hawaii Coffee Company. And it's such a pleasure to be on today. Hawaii Coffee Company has been serving restaurants and commercial operators in Hawaii with fresh roasted coffee for well over 50 years. We're the largest local roaster and distributor of coffee on the islands, both in the restaurant, food service, commercial industry, as well as in your typical grocery store and all around the islands, anywhere Hawaii coffee is served, rather. And we primarily operate through the Royal Kona and the Lion brands, although we certainly have a full lineup of tea and other specialty coffees as well. And looking forward to talking with everyone today.
And you will always do such a great job at the booth. Gerard, we all come there for our morning fix, right? Because we all need a little bit of caffeine to get started at a big show.
Absolutely. We'll be ready for you this year.
Thank you so much. Victor, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your company.
Oh, hi, everybody. It's my honor to be on this panel. My name is Victor Jian. I'm the chef owner at Gyumasa, located at Embassy Street by Hilton in Kapolei. And I'm also a VP, Vice President for V.N.J. Import, Inc.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you so much for joining us today. So the question for the three of you, and we're going to do a round robin. So I'm going to start off with Stevette. Stevette, every year UHA participates as an exhibitor. What made you decide to, again, this year, participate in the Hawaii Restaurant Association Food Service Show?
No, Cheryl, I think post-COVID, as businesses are still trying to recover and get back to normal, what is the new normal going to look like? I think it behooves a lot of we're a small business. We were founded by small physicians. We look like our organization and the attendees that will be coming. So I think we understand what it means to run organically, grown in Hawaii, how to run the business. And I think with this perspective that we have, right, labor costs, food costs, that's your two biggest costs when it comes to running your operation. And Hawaii was built on small businesses. That's the driver, that's the engine behind our economy. So I think from the perspective of where UHA comes into that, no different than the other partners in this space, is we're all in it together. People need to have options to choose from. And I think we all have the same fight, which is if we can get our employees to be healthy, preventive care, that they're showing up, they're ready to go. if they're not, we see the signs, right, partially closed, or they have to close certain areas of the dining room. So again, I think it's going to be a multi-pronged approach. So we are excited to be able to, again, offer different choices to our attendees.
Thank you, Stevette, and thank you again for supporting the HRA show. Gerard, every year I walk down and look for you. So share with us, why did Hawaii Coffee decide to, again, be an exhibitor in our show?
Oh, absolutely. We're certainly happy to be there and appreciate the invitation. I mean, when you think about it, it's such a great opportunity just to connect and talk story with all the customers we have out there and friends, really check in on them, their business, how they're performing, and how we can help them as their business partner continue to grow and succeed, especially as we've come out of a lot of really tough challenges over the last several years in the industry, and get everyone to recovery. And also, uh, really try to connect with new partners. There's a lot of people out there that are really struggling with their coffee and tea beverage programs. They have a lot of questions. They want to learn. They want to find some options, whether they're looking for, more locally produced products. They're having trouble trying to figure out what coffee equipment to buy or how to fix it when it breaks. And they want a partner that can help them with that very important part of their business. Coffee and tea is really a huge profit driver for many restaurants. And if they're not doing that well, it really makes the rest of the game pretty tough. So there, we're always happy to make new friends and look for new opportunities to grow our business in a way that's helpful to them.
Exactly, Gerard. And when you talk about new businesses, new restaurants, I get a call at least, so that no, 1 or 2 a week of new restaurants opening up. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, we're so grateful that they're opening up, but they have so many questions. My
Yeah.
neighbor opened up and he's like, I opened up a new, I think he said Portuguese restaurant over in Kailua.
Mhm.
And he's so excited, and the group has a lot of experience, but restaurants are still opening, my friend.
Yeah, it's exciting to see. And it's a little bit overwhelming. I mean, it's hard enough to run a restaurant, when you've been doing it for a while, but when you're like, okay, I need to serve a couple hundred pots of coffee. What equipment do I buy? What sizes do I need? How do I come up with my menu and beverage options? Especially for chefs that are more experienced back of the house in the food preparation, they may not have as much experience on the beverage side. So that's where we can really come in with our expertise and help them come up with a plan.
Thank you. Thank you again for being in this year's show, Gerard. Thank you.
Of course.
Oh, my Victor,
Yes,
first year.
first year, that's correct.
What made you decide to be part of the Hawaii Restaurant Association Food Service Expo?
Well, recently I am Japan Wagyu Association. I represent from Japan. I was up there for school, and this is supported by Japan government. So this year, what I really want to do is to raise awareness in terms of what is American Wagyu, Australian Wagyu versus Japanese Wagyu, right? Because I've seen firsthand how hard the farmers work in Japan, right? And we all know this, right? A lot of establishment out there, they use Wagyu name, but they're not actually serving Japanese Wagyu. Exactly. I'm a restaurant owner. I've been a chef for 30 years. And this is why that I want to join Hawaii Restaurant Association for this event, particular event, to raise awareness, not only to restaurant and food industry, but to raise awareness to consumer as well. And then how do I make it affordable so that it will available to the masses versus then very expensive, right? Everybody like, oh, I don't know if I want to try that. That is our goal for V.N.J. Of course, that's an import company, and of course, we're going to incorporate new technology from Japan that's able to minimize the cost for restaurant and maximize their profit. That is my goal in terms of what I want to do as a restaurant owner, as a chef owner as well. I work 7 days a week, so by the way, so want to, right? I know how hard it is for a small restaurant owner, right? Food industry, the costs keep rising. Now, how do we seek out new technology that can save costs? And then in terms of that, right? All these small restaurant food industry can maximize their profit, and hopefully it will benefit the staff, the employee that works within the industry. That is my goal, and I hope really I will work really hard to just really promote my goal and just to help other restaurant owner as well.
Thank you, Victor. And you've said something so important. I don't know if I mentioned it yet to Gerard and to Stevette, but I've invited other industries this year. So I've got, if you look at our Expo app, it's called the Huva, but I call it the Expo app, right? You're going to see country clubs. Many of the decision makers who are F&B from the country clubs will be coming to this show, Gerard. I have golf courses coming. This year, the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association's golf tournament will be at the Pearl, the new Pearl. And so Roger's going to bring not only himself, but other country club F&B hotels. I've gotten calls from all the different hotels, the Marriott specifically, the Outrigger specifically, the Prince, that they will be coming and they will be attending our show. So when you download the Huva app and you look at all the attendees, you're going to see also hospitals. Gerard, it was kind of funny because when I invited the hospitals and the assisted living facilities, I said, we have this show, and they're like, oh, we thought that was a restaurant show. And I said, no, it's a restaurant and food service industry. And you have a cafeteria, so you serve a lot of food. And that's what they said. Sheryl, we have a captive audience. Assisted living, yes, you do. You have a captive audience. We also inviting a lot of the schools, Stevette knows, Kamehameha schools, the Iolani Punahous, Mid-Pacs. We've invited all of them. We've invited the federal, because they feed a lot of people, the city and county and the state, whether it's, the city and county hospital or the city and county facilities, such as our correctional center. Again, captive audience, Gerard.
Well, we have customers in all those segments. So we do health, assisted living. We do a lot of country clubs, schools, all those hotels. We're happy to talk to all of them in the restaurants. So certainly looking forward to that.
Yes, because when we say restaurant show, right, but it's really the food service industry show. And I just want to let everyone who's watching this podcast know, get ready, because they all are so excited to come down and see what's the newest, they can do, as you all said, increase their profitability, right, Stevette, and just be sure that they still provide the best quality service, the best quality product, especially to their employees, as right now, right, our employee shortage. Benefits is one of the ways that you're going to keep your employees happy, right? And
I believe so, Cheryl. I mean, as far as a restaurant owner like myself, small restaurant owner goes, right, the cost keep rising in terms of everything, right, from oil to vegetable, fish, everything. And how do we, as far as we can do a little part to help those food industry people to how save money, and in terms of if they save money, they make money, then it will benefit the employee as well. I believe that is what we are doing here, right? Just trying to help out everybody. So
exactly. And what's the bet?
I was going to say, Cheryl, is even, we never underestimate the healthcare, facilities, because they too have a customer of a customer. So they may have a loved one and a patient. But as caregiving in Hawaii is becoming so demanding, there's respite in being able to have a nice meal with your family member, or even if it's just to take it home, go to their nice cafeteria or restaurant facilities within the unit as another dining experience. Because you never know, right? As we think of the dignity in caregiving, let's not underestimate how to connect the dots, that sometimes having a meal with your loved one, it says more than what we could imagine from the wellness of caregiving for our employees as well.
Exactly. So now this goes to my next question, everyone. This expo will provide you an opportunity to do face-to-face, and we're going to bring all the different industries, as I mentioned, right? So, what does an expo provide you, right, that you don't find through another marketing, sales, or networking channel? What makes this expo so special, which is why you folks are all exhibitors? I'm going to pass that off to Stevette.
I think it's the one-on-one FaceTime. As much as I love, right, the digital media and technology and Zoom and Teams and you name it, you cannot not underestimate the value of just having a one-on-one conversations. I think it's excellent information for us on how do we stay close to the market and what's going on in the restaurant industry in terms of other benefits or products or services that we can perhaps evolve or add or develop. So I think it's one-on-one getting to hear the needs of the stakeholders that will be coming in, the guests, as well as, again, trying to tighten up what we offer into the Hawaii market, and then also education. So if there's ways that we can educate however you use your current product, this is how you want to maximize that product that you're spending your resource dollars towards.
I love it. That's so true. Gerard, what special, unique opportunities does this expo provide that you don't actually find through other kinds of marketing or networking channels?
I think Stevette said it really well. You get the one-on-one connections, which is so important. But, like my friend Victor said earlier, whether you're in a restaurant or, any of these other places, country clubs, universities, one thing I found in my career is the hardest working people I know are people that are working in the food service industry. And, 7 days a week is not uncommon. People work every day, 80 hours a week, and you're in your restaurant so much, or you're in your establishment so much that you don't have time to go out and meet with suppliers, find out what's new, learn about the industry. And weeks and months go by, and to have the opportunity, although it might be tough to take a whole day to do it, but just really to be able to walk this show, you can talk to every supplier, meet a lot of other people in the industry, and just learn so much. And it would really be hard to accomplish that during the year, setting up other meetings and connecting with people. So it's really a great opportunity to concentrate your time and learn more about coffee, learn about your healthcare options, learn about all your supplies, check your suppliers, make sure you're getting the best deal on everything you're working on. And the other thing I think people enjoy is really supporting local businesses. And, it's easy to look at a catalog or hear a salesperson say, okay, well, yeah, we're going to get you what you need. But I think it speaks volumes to who's actually at the show, who has a local presence, who's there to support you. So, when you need something, you meet the person you're going to call, you have a relationship, and well, this company's in town, they're local, they're on island. And when I have a challenge, I have someone I can connect with. And it's an easy way to sort out very quickly who's really committed to the island and who really has presence here, and, other businesses that may not be as engaged with supporting Hawaii businesses.
So well said, Gerard. So well said. Thank you. All right, Victor. So you want to answer the question? What makes it unique, right, for people coming to the show, right, for you, that you don't find through other marketing and networking channels?
Well, not only, well, thank you, Gerard, for that, and Stevie, for such a, well said things that about this event. And for me personally, I think it's a great event to just have everybody together, right? It's more of let's get to know each other from different industry, right? Food, coffee, insurance, whatever it is that related to food industry to meet in person, right? Like Gerard said, hey, let's meet in person, right? Put a face to the product, right? And especially from my point of view as a chef owner, I think it's a lot easier for me to talk to other chefs, to meet them at the same place where everybody just come together. And Gerard's absolutely right. I am working 80 hours a week, 7 days. I am working 7 days. If I'm married, my wife would divorce me by now. Trust me. Okay. So this is great opportunity, right, Gerard? It's just to like, okay, well, now you can go there and meet everybody, most everybody from Hawaii, right? To get idea, to just exchange ideas, just to help each other learn, to become better, to be more creative. How do we help the food industry overall to become better and better? How do we include new technology that that the chef haven't heard of, right? Like you said, we're always stuck in the kitchen, we're cooking all the time. We do not have time to go out there and do research. Now, this is the best place, right? You see all this new technology, all these new services coming up that it can help everybody to save costs and to maximize their profit. I think this event, that's what draws me in. Actually, I want to meet more people in my industry. I want to be friends with them. I want to learn from them. That's the draw. That's why I want to really be an exhibitor at this event. And thank you for the opportunity as well.
Yes, thank you so much. So well said, Victor. So now I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to say their final closing statements before I wrap up this show. So Victor, what's the difference? You have to go to Victor's booth now, everyone, to find out the difference between
I'll be
American.
cooking as well. You guys want to try Wagyu? I'll be cooking 1 piece per person. Okay. So Gerard, I'm looking at you two right now. 1 piece per person. Okay. No, don't walk around and come right back. I did that. Okay.
Tell them the difference between American Wagyu, Australian Wagyu, and Japanese Wagyu. Go for it, Victor. Your final statement.
Okay, my final statement. If you look at this certificate here, I don't know if you can see this certificate, right? Japanese Wagyu must have a certificate, authenticity from Japan, right? On the certificate, it will have a date when it was slaughtered. It will have an ID number on it. You can check to see where this cattle is coming from which farmer. Now, American Wagyu, Australian Wagyu is actually hybrid Wagyu, right? So it's like heaven and earth types of quality. So I just wanted to raise awareness in terms of how do consumer can tell the difference. The simplest thing is if they put Wagyu on the menu, by all means ask, do you have a certificate? If they say, well, I don't have a certificate, that's not Japanese Wagyu, right? Cheryl, Gerald, and Stevie, if I tell you, hey, Wagyu, what's the first thing comes to your mind?
Right.
Japanese, right? But a lot of time, a lot established using Wagyu name, but they're not using Japanese Wagyu. How is that fair to the Wagyu farmer in Japan who work their ass off? I'm sorry, who work really, really hard, right, to raise their cattle, right, and then send it to Hawaii or send it to the world, and then people just using the Wagyu name. And in fact, Wagyu literally translates to Japan cattle. When you raise your cattle in the US or in Australia, does that count as a Japan cattle? You tell me, right? How do consumer able to tell the difference? No one ever raised awareness in terms of what am I paying for? I just want consumer to know what they are paying for. That's it. Everybody have an options, right? You want American Wagyu, Australian Wagyu, that's fine. Everybody have an option. But as a chef owner, right, as someone from the food industry, how do we have a transparency, right, to consumer what I'm selling you? Imagine if someone they thought that they're paying for Japanese Wagyu, but in fact they are eating American Wagyu for the first time, right? They will tell their friends and family, Japanese Wagyu is not all that. But in fact, they're not eating Japanese Wagyu. But because no one actually raised awareness and let the consumer know, right, what is American Wagyu, Australian Wagyu, or Japanese Wagyu. On the day of the event, please stop by my booth. I will cook for you to try. And I will bring like all variety of cut from Japanese Wagyu. And the Wagyu that I'm using is actually from farm to table. I work directly with the farmer from Japan. And they have take so much pride in their work. It's called Umami Wagyu from Gyumasa Prefecture. It's directly from farm to table Wagyu that I wanted people to try. I want consumers to understand. I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about this because I've seen it firsthand how hard they work. And I told them, I don't want to be a Wagyu farmer. This is way too much work, even for like as someone who works in the restaurant industry. It's way too much work. And people need to understand that. That's all I wanted to do, to raise awareness so consumers know what they are paying for. Instead of, being, I'm not saying establishment lying to the customer or whatnot, but let's raise awareness. Let's do it together so that we can help the consumer. And I'm sure they will appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you, Victor, so much. All right, Mike Gerard, thank you so much for being on this show. Any final comments? Any final statements before we wrap up the show?
Well, we just look forward to welcoming everyone at the show this year. I mean, it's going to be a long day, so wear comfortable shoes and comfortable clothes and bring a notepad. But highly recommend you start your day at our booth to get some coffee to get you going, and then we're going to have our mobile cafe out as well. So complimentary, ready to drink coffee as well to cool you down in the afternoon and keep you going. So we'll definitely have the coffee for you. If you have any questions about your business and your coffee program, we'll be there to answer them. We'll have equipment out, samples, products, whatever you need, or if you just want to come and chat with us, we'd be happy to meet you. And thanks again for your time. pleasure being on the podcast today.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you being and making the time to be here.
Mhm.
All right, Stevette, any final statements before we close the show?
Well, I don't know how I'm going to compete with the Japan A1 grade
A5.
Wagyu or A5 that Victor is going to, demo for us, or the best coffee on the planet. But I'm going to try to sexy up our insurance here and see if I can do it. But I think we're going to share again just sort of the basics on how do you maximize the benefit. Whoever you have your insurance through, how do you maximize and use that for preventive care and making sure that employees are able and well coming to work to perform at their best? We'll share a little bit about UHs. Again, as a physician guided, some of the way that we develop our products and services are guided by a physician council. So I'll share a few of those things that we were one of the first insurance providers to provide LASIK. You have to see what you're cutting. If you cannot see, that's dangerous, right? So yeah, LASIK can help, if you're the right candidate. Time is money. So if you're going to Costco to buy certain things or running in and out, it's a one-stop shop. We have an agreement with Costco that they'll file your claim for you if you do your eye doctor exam there and you get your prescriptions right through Costco. One-stop shop. The other one is for many of our chefs that may travel, or product purveyors that have to travel international or within the continental U.S. We're the only ones that offer Assist America Global Emergency Services. So if you need medical care and you have our product, we can help you in any country, in any state, in finding medical care, getting your prescription, and getting home if that is an issue wherever you're at. So those are just a few things. You're standing all day, you're bending, you're lifting, you're twisting. I've seen what the chefs have to do behind the scenes, everybody in the workforce, including the wait staff. So again, alternative medicine benefits, being able to have chiropractic care or acupuncture, if those are things that are a benefit to help our employees that you have stay healthy, stay well, and able to come to work and service your customers, because we need you. We need the restaurant industry. We need our small restaurants to, again, some of this, we understand this is their dream. They've put everything into this business to make it work. So we get it, the sacrifices that people are putting in. So the fact that they'll be able to spend 2 days with us to come to the event, we will not waste their time and make it worth their while. So we're excited, again, like all of us, is educate, and just again to help them make their businesses thrive even better. Thank you for allowing us to be here.
Oh, thank you, Stevette, for always being such a huge supporter. So in my closing, I just want to say mahalo to my incredible guests for taking the time and sharing with them all of their insights and some of the things that they're going to be featuring at the Hawaiʻi Restaurant and Food Service Expo, February 26th and 27th at the Neil Blaisdell Center. Any questions, HawaiiRestaurantExpo.com. That's HawaiiRestaurantExpo.com. On there, we also have where you can sign up for your badge and already download our Expo app. And then you'll know who's the exhibitors, who's the attendees, and soon the map will be on the Expo app also. We also have a discount code for the Ala Moana Hotel and the Prince Hotel because we have so many people flying in for this show that we had to make arrangements at the hotels. So in closing, I just want to say the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association is the organization unifying, representing, and supporting the Hawaiʻi restaurant and food service industry. We look forward to seeing you at the Expo on the 26th and 27th. Mahalo. I appreciate you being here. Until next time, ahuiho. Thank you.